So now that you've made dietary changes, it's time to change the diet of your pets. For many of you, your pets are like your children. I know before I had a child, like my dogs were basically my kids. And my dogs have been raw their entire life. When I say raw, basically they're eating raw animal parts. One of the staples that we use often because it's very affordable, obviously, if you're eating very healthy, grass-fed beef and avocados, coconut, butter, ghee, things like that, right? You don't want to break the bank on your pet food, but chicken necks can be a game saver. So these are usually $1.97 a pound. The price fluctuates, but these are raw chicken necks. They're not cooked. They're not anything. I basically just rip them out of the package. I have 2 black labs, Rainier and Shasta, and they each get 1 package a day. Now, that's not all they get, of course. We do beef heart, we do lamb heart, we do kidney. What else do? We do duck necks. So these are, I just went to my freezer and just pulled out some of the stuff that we have. So the thing is, feeding your pets raw, feeding them real food, it definitely takes more planning. So if you're already a busy person, if you're already short on time, you can just get the dehydrated raw food. It's not nearly as good. It's not nearly as healthy in my opinion. You see with the raw food, they actually have to chew this. They can't just swallow it whole. And it's really good for their teeth. So I don't brush my dog's teeth. And when I go to the vet once a year for them, they're always like, wow, your dog's teeth look really good. What do you do? And I say, I've never brushed them. And it's because they're chewing through the cartilage, through the necks of the duck necks or the turkey necks. So here's a little pro tip. Around Thanksgiving time and Christmas time, there is a ton of turkey necks at the grocery store. So particularly Whole Foods, natural food stores, wherever, go back there, like a week or 2 before Thanksgiving and request to get a box of turkey necks. You're gonna get these for a bargain. I'm telling you, it's like 97 cents a pound. Put them in the freezer. Dogs love these things, and turkey necks are huge. As you know, I have turkeys, their necks are so long. So they're heavy as well. And the organs are really good for your pets as well. This is just what we happen to have. Kidney, we do heart. We haven't done brain yet, but we do liver as well. So that's another thing, just raw. And we try to change it from not all the time getting it from the same animal. So we'll go through 1 bag of chicken necks, then we'll go through the duck necks, then we'll do some of the organs, then we do some leftover food. And so we just rotate this. And a natural question comes up is, how much do you feed your pets? I'm sure like with humans, there's a recommended amount of protein they need per day. You guys know me, I don't count macros, I don't check my body weight necessarily all the time. I look at my dogs, and if they look healthy, if they're not looking fat, then that seems about right, because a lot of people are used to seeing overweight dogs. Believe it or not, the obesity epidemic is not limited to the human, the Homo sapien. Pets of all kinds, animals of all kinds are now obese. So my vet has told me, and again, check with your vet, your animal health care provider, but you want to see a little bit of ribs in your dog. You don't want them to just look massive. Dogs get arthritis as well and joint pain. So I like to keep my dogs lean, but they're very active as well. And so that's how I gauge the amount of food they have. I kind of have a good idea of feeding them raw for their entire lives. One of my dogs is 12, the other one's 8. So I have a good idea of when they look too skinny or when they look just right. And so if we do a big hike, for example, I'll double up on the food. Could I be more science-based about this? Yes. Am I giving you the best recommendations? No, probably not. You need to tinker and test this with your own animal and figure out what's going to work for them. So again, you can feed your dog, your pet, like a raw keto diet, if you will, a paleo-style diet. They do really well on this, guys. I'll tell you, compared to family members and friends that have fed their dog food, my dogs are still alive, and they've outlived some other dogs of similar ages because they're eating real food. I think that's a big part of it. Now, we'll see how long they live. We'll see how active they are, and we don't have to go to the vet. They don't have allergies. They don't have skin issues. They don't have weight issues. They don't have fleas. They're very low maintenance because we give them a good diet and good exercise and sun exposure. So I'll put recommendations to links below and resources. I do have some friends in the space that you might want to look into. But again, go to your local natural food store, go to Whole Foods, go to even a butcher shop. The thing is, people don't buy chicken necks. It's not something that they normally buy, so the price is very affordable. It's much more affordable than dog food. The downside is you actually have to take these out of the freezer. You have to give them to your dogs. You have to wash your hands. It's a little bit more messy, so I understand why some people don't do it. And I think some people create limiting beliefs in their head oh, well, this doesn't have all the nutrition. And let me tell you, as someone who's been in the dietary supplement space and I know the raw ingredients, when I look at commercial dog food, the forms of the micronutrients in there are the bottom of the barrel, lowest absorbed. Your dog is probably not going to get, a full nutrient repletion from just that anyway. So I wouldn't be concerned about the small amount of riboflavin or calcium carbonate or whatever in there. Again, if you're really worried, 2 days a week, you can do some high quality commercial dog food. But again, you're going to pay a lot of money for dog food compared to the real food. And like I said, my dogs don't have cancer, they don't have diabetes, they don't have hip issues, and one's, going on 13, and another one's going on 9. And, so again, I think it's easy to do. I would recommend it, but it's a habit thing. Most people just like pouring their dog's food, putting it in the water and leaving. And it takes more time. You got to be committed to it. But vet bills become very expensive. If you've ever had to bring your pet to the vet, it's big bucks, and you can avoid that or mitigate that or delay the vet bills into the very end of life when it's absolutely necessary. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you've been feeding your dog raw, I would love to know what you feed your dog. The other thing that I forgot to mention is we do egg yolks as well. And so we have backyard chickens. So any of the eggs that get squished by the birds, that get a lot of poop on them, I just give them right to the dogs raw. I know the albumin and some of the egg white proteins can bind up biotin. I think it's avidin, which is an anti-nutrient in egg yolks, in the egg whites. So keep that in mind. So we don't do it all the time. It's infrequent. I'm not worried about them getting a biotin deficiency, but raw eggs can be helpful for dogs as well. So anyway, friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can hit that like button. Definitely subscribe to the channel so you get updated when we launch new videos. And I'll be following the comments below to see what you feed your pets. And we'll catch you on the next one.